Hello, and thank you for watching the RPG channel. This is James, and one of the scariest and coolest things about coming to a new city like this is that you really don't know what there is to do or what things are like here. So at a certain point, you're going to have to just go in someplace and see what it's like. It's a lot like going to random websites on the internet, except there's a very real chance that that internet site might follow you home. How cool would that be? So anyway, the other night I was out looking around for stuff to do, and I wound up doing something that I haven't done in a very long time. I got into a Magic the Gathering tournament. And this was a draft tournament, which I'd never participated in before. And if you're not familiar with a draft tournament, what that is you go into the tournament and you're usually required to pay a reasonable, like, entrance fee, stuff like that, usually cheaper than actually buying cards. And what this entry fee does is it sets you up with the cards you're going to use for that particular game. In this case, we had 3 booster packs. I think that's normal. 3 booster packs. We got 2 Zendikar packs and a World Wake pack. And then we all sit around a table, open up our first booster packs, pick out the card we want, and then pass the rest of the cards to the person on our left. At which point we're getting past the cards that the person on our right didn't want. We look through these cards, pick out the ones we want, and continue passing around. And that continues with only a few variations until all of the cards from all of the packs have been distributed and claimed. This is called drafting. And once you have all of your draft cards, then you sit and see what kind of deck you can make out of them. And the deck I wound up making was a blue-red deck, and I've been playing this game off and on for long enough that I can literally say it's old school without being ironic about it. And I really don't feel right about playing conflicting colors like that. So a blue-red deck was kind of weird. I went through the entire night feeling like an arsonist with a college education. And the deck I was playing made me feel pretty weird too. So anyway, I get into the first game, and the guy I was playing with was also playing a 2-color deck. I think one of the colors might have been green. I know one of them was blue, because he kept playing those stupid blue crab creatures from Zendikar that have a landfall ability that make you discard cards from your library every time he brings a land into play. And he also had a bunch of cards that I think were green, like fetch lands and things like that, which well, that's annoying. Technology's awesome like that. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I played the first game, and it's a blue-green mill deck, which seemed to be based on those little crab creatures from Zendikar, which wouldn't have been so bad except that he was able to bring the little crab creature out first turn every game. The third time that happened, I was a little bit suspicious, but he assured me that it was completely legit because he had multiples in his deck. So anyway, it was actually a pretty good mill deck, and I don't know how it would have done in Constructed, but for this it was a pretty good mill deck. And I, on the other hand, since I haven't played Magic in many, many months, got to see my first World Wake cards. And since I was playing a blue deck, blue-red, I was able to score a couple of really, really cheap blue counterspells. And I play counter decks normally, so this playstyle really suited me very well. And these counterspells were actually fairly cheap. And they could also be negated completely, very simply, by the opposing player paying 2 mana. And usually then killing me with crabs. So anyway, I lost the first game. I beat him the first round, and then he beat me the next 2 out of 3. So then I went on to play the next guy, and I really don't remember anything at all about what this game was like, except that I actually rather liked the guy I was playing with, and we were rather chatty during the game. And that went well, and then I go on to play the third and final match of the game and tournament, and it's with a guy who's playing some deck. I can't even remember what it was. I think it was white. But anyway, And these games were really, really close. Like, he was a very aggressive player, and he had a good deck for that playstyle, and these were really intense, close games. But I was able to win, so with the exception of losing to Crab Guy at the beginning of the tournament, I won my other 2 games, and wound up feeling pretty good about my deck and my playstyle. And I didn't place or anything like that, or I didn't get anything out of the tournament, except for the cards that I got for playing. But then Crab Guy, who I had played first round, was actually the winner of the tournament, and he got a playmat or a t-shirt or something out of it. I can't remember what it was. So, anyway, that was how my night of Magicking went, and hopefully I'll get the chance to do it again sometime. I'd really rather play Constructed, but it's whatever. So, thank you for watching the RPG channel, and I will talk to you later. Nazis make horrible pilots.